can change slides. Yeah. Next will be
Sir,
Dr. Kamarul.
Dr. Kamarul.
Next will be ma'am with Dr. Kamarul. Next will be Dr. Kamarul.
Next.
Dr. Kamarul.
Okay.
You have contacted him before?
Not yet. No.
You don't know him? Means
I met him already. I met him already. Okay. Kau dah text. Nak check dekat si apa tak? Rustam. Rustam. Si Rais ke?
Dah saya tengok kat Facebook dah. Okay. Facebook.
okay.
Jadi, dengar tu. Test. It starts 2:30 now.
23.
Tu 2:30. So 7 minutes.
So when you just tell me on, then it will be broadcast my video then. Okay. First only me, right? Then
Yes.
then when I say we start with the presentation, then
I will change the
then,
scene.
okay.
Because we're using this mic. This mic is not mute.
So whatever we just discussed, everyone here. It's okay. Luckily, we doesn't talk anything rubbish. We just talk about slides. To introduce. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to know that everyone can listen to me. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Uh, may I know, does anyone not able to hear me, or my voice is clear? I think the sound seems okay. Okay, so assalamu alaikum again, everyone, and apologize for the delay. I'm Dr. Faizan Qamar. Okay, just I would like to introduce myself. I have a PhD degree from University of Malaya, Malaysia. Before I have a master's degree and bachelor degree from NED University and UIT Hamdard University from Pakistan. And I have 7 to 8 years research experience previously, and teaching experience as well. And currently, I'm a senior lecturer in Faculty of Information Science and Technology in Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia, the National University of Malaysia. Uh, okay, so this series, those who are already the part of the last series, this is the series 2. I would like to just say from the presentation. I would like to start with the presentation that I will discuss about the research proposal, that how we can prepare the research proposal. Okay, so I'm not sure you can see my slides. Uh, just give me a moment. I will show the display my slides to the audience so I can start with my presentation. Okay, so this is the start of the presentation officially now. So this is basically the series of the webinar, which we called it Roadmap to Research World. This is basically for the new researchers who want to proceed in their future for the in term of research. So this is the series 2. The previous series was series 1, which is to how to prepare, how to start the research actually. Okay, so today's series will be on the how to start a research proposal. So I'll just give a brief introduction about the faculty I am currently working. Okay, so this is the Faculty of Information Science and Technology. Okay, so we have three different research centers, which is a SOFTAM, Center of Cybersecurity, and Center of Artificial Intelligence. Okay, so and currently the ranking of FTSM is the QS ranking is sorry 141. The overall the Asian ranking is 39, and it's keep increasing. Alhamdulillah. So first, I will just say about the Softum Center, which is the which we are working in the various research topics. We have the research lab like agent meeting, e-commerce, information system, distributed platform technology, strategic planning, programming education, business intelligence, learning technology, and so on. And Dr. Jamaya Haji Yaya, she is the chairperson for the SOFTAM. So if you are interested in any of these particular research area or in the research lab, you can communicate with her. She can guide you. She's the head of the SOFTAM SOFTAM center. Then we have a center of cyber security. Cyber security have different research labs as well, like computer security and software verification, cyber intelligence, digital forensic, information governance, network and communication technology. And Prof. Dr. Zarina Shukar, she is the head of the chairperson of the cyber security. So those who are working in this research area, they can communicate or contact with Prof. Zarina. Then we have a center of artificial intelligence, in which we have so many labs like autonomy, scientific lab, Asian natural language, knowledge management, machine learning, data mining, sentiment analysis, medical computing, and so on. And Masri Ayub. She is the chairperson, and you can communicate with her or contact with her either with me or either her for the further or you can check the website for the Kite as well. Okay, so I'll just go to the brief introduction about or the brief history of the series one, which was happened 2 weeks before. Okay, so that was the how to start the research, in which we cover the research area, how you can discover your research area, how you determine your research interest and finding research paper, exploring idea from the research paper, how you can pick the strong topic, and how you will read the literature review. Then when you want to apply to anywhere, how you will target, how will you find the universities, potential supervisors and research labs as well. Okay, then today's series is how to prepare a research proposal, in which I will discuss about the some background about the research, literature review, then problem statement, research objectives, hypothesis, methodology, Gantt chart, budgeting, and bibliography means how to prepare a proper research proposal. Then there will be series 3 on 24th of September. So you can make note that if anyone interested, then how to write an impact factor or impact research paper. So it's based on the three different series. The total webinar series like this. Okay, so first I would like just to explain about a small introduction about the research is referred to as a research for knowledge. Okay, solving the problem which have no solution is available. Okay, and research means a scientific and systematic search for the appropriate information on specific topic. The purpose of research is to discover the answer to the question through the application of scientific procedures. But why we actually do the research? We need to three things which we can just know about this thing, that we need to understand how the things work, how the world's working, and how to solve those problems in which we are currently dealing with, and or either we can improve the existing solution. The one any problem have the solution, we can just improve that one as well. Okay, so this figure you can see the scientific method is just basically the you can say the flow or the basic idea of how you will actually do the research, starting from the observation. Like first you see anything, you observe anything, then you question yourself what is wrong with it, what is the problem where there is. Okay, then you start searching for the literature, then you see that what people are currently or have done on this thing. Then you create a hypothesis is basically the idea what you actually wanted to do. Then you design an experiment, then you collect the data from that one, then you find out some results or do them conclusions. Then you share with results with someone, then you find when you can develop the interventions. That's mean you will ask people is there any improvement, then you will do some improvement, and then you can go for the some new questions as well. So the thing is, you need to follow this pattern in order to do the research. Okay, so there are some types of the research as well from different point of view as well. Like you can see in this figure, some can be based on the application, can be based on the objectives, can be based on the information you gather. Okay, so from the application point of view, it can be, you can say that the pure and applied science. What is pure is based on the only the theoretical analysis, and applied research aims to find out the solution for immediate problem facing or the society or the industry or any organization. Then in terms of objectives, we have two types of research, which is descriptive and analytic. This descriptive research include the surveys. Basically, the people you just see how you don't have the control on that kind of research. You just know and gather the information from the people and you can just report it. However, analytical research is the use the facts and the information available, and you can analyze and evaluate according to your need as well. Then we have a quantitative and qualitative research, that how you will gather the information. So qualitative research is basically that you just know about the people, how they will think, how they will feel about any particular topic, any particular subject. And on the other side, quantitative research is the experimental type of research, in which you do some experiment, you do some controlling on some variable, and then you manipulate or do some changing in the hardware equipment. Then you find out some results and you see the effect of that one. Okay, Okay, so the thing is, when you do want to do the research, you need to prepare a research proposal. Okay, why research proposal? Because research proposal is basically the, you can, if you say, this is an example like when you want to design a building or you want to create a building, you need to first make a blueprint of that building. That will tell you that how you will do, what you will do, why you have, why you should do this one, how you will do, and what you expect from the this thing. So four things is there, that what you will do, why you want to do this, and how you will do this, and what you can expect from that one as well. Okay, so the good proposal should be based on the facts, and the communication, art of clear communication should be there. Okay, and when you should start writing the research proposal, it should be started when you have already decided the what topic you gonna work on it. These things which we already discussed in our previous series as well, that how you find out the research topic. Particularly once you find out the research topic or research idea, then you start writing the research proposal. Okay, you need to know some few things before writing the proposal. What is, what's the research topic is? Exactly the same thing which I just said before, that once you do the literature review, once you read the research papers, when you explore the idea from that one, then you know what is your research topic. And the important thing is why you have chosen this one. You can choose any other idea as well, but you should know the reason why you choose this particular topic and why the topic is so important. Like maybe you choose some topic which is no one want to work on it, so it should be important and relevant to the current world. Again, and how the data will be collected means whatever the data is, you will collect, how you will collect the data. It should be either the experimental base, or should be based on the theoretical or the survey base. Okay, and why you choose particularly this method? There are so many methods to analyze or to solve the solution, so this particular method. And what are the advantage and limitation? This is also one thing, that you use some particular some particular methodology or steps. You should know that what are the advantages and limitation of using this particular topic as well. Okay, so this is the proposal structure. So the proposal structure, usually the conventional way is like this. Okay, so usually we follow this pattern, but it's not mandatory. Some proposals have maybe more or less some kind of different things. But here you can see that we start from the title. Obviously, title is very important. Then we go for the abstract, then the introduction. We have a literature review, problem statement, aim, objectives, hypothesis, methodology, research plan, Gantt chart, budget, and bibliography. These things I am gonna explain in details after this. Okay, so but these are the normal or the conventional way to write the proposal structure. Okay, starting from the title. Okay, title should be concise. Okay, descriptive, informative, and catchy. It's not like so detailed or very long. Okay, so it should be catchy title that anyone can read, they can understand, or they are interested to know what is gonna be in this as well. Okay, it should be clearly independent and dependent variable. That's mean you want to do this by using this. So what is dependent, what is independent, and it should provide you the keywords. Means when I read the title of your proposal or your or any of your paper, from the title I should know the keyword or the or I can understand what is you gonna discuss in this. And it should be specify the population or the units will be. That means I can just say I'm investigating something, but I'm investigating something by on this particular area, on this particular environment, or anything. I'll give you one example or a couple of example. This is the paper I published previously. Investigation of future 5G IoT millimeter wave network performance at 38 gigahertz for urban microcell or outdoor environment. You can see in this particular title, it's quite long. Okay, but should not be more than that one. Okay, this is already very long. So we do the investigation of a future IoT millimeter wave network. So here the catchy word is, or the keyword is, the millimeter wave network, and at 38 gigahertz for urban microcell outdoor environment. I cannot just say that I investigate the millimeter wave time, because millimeter wave is the frequency range it's so many, so I need to specify, or I need to tell that what frequency particularly. I cannot just do on all the frequencies. So at 38 gigahertz, as I say, so it's give me the keyword that this study will be based on the only 38. And for the urban micro cell outdoor environment, so outdoor environment also give me the keywords, because I can do in the indoor. So those who are interested to go for the indoor, they will not go into the detail of this particular topic, because this is focusing only the outdoor. This is like a technical paper. But then if you talk about the review or the survey paper, so this is another example, interference management issue for the future 5G network. That means we focus on the interference management, okay, and for the particularly 5G networks only, not for the previous technology as well. So this is example for the review as well. Okay, on the title, for the title, you should know there is a cover page as well. So for the first page of your proposal, it should have the name, your complete name, okay, as per your you can say the ID or the passport, okay. And because when you go apply it, the passport name is actually the name, so use the name as you put in the passport, not your family name, your surname, or your caste name, something like that. So your address, your telephone and email address, your complete detail as well, because if your proposal has been forwarded to someone else, so not the one who you forward. So maybe if you send me your proposal to me, I forward to someone, so it's those who that person who receive, he should able to contact you as well, not through me, he can contact direct you as well. It's good if you just define your degree as well, that what you have already, either you have done the bachelor's in, for example, in software engineering, in computer science, or in any other engineering. And the one you targeting any supervisor, so you should mention your supervisor name as well, and the proposal title, and obviously the date you designed this proposal. Okay, then we have, after title, we should go for the abstract as well. You can see that the way will focus on the abstract as well. Okay, so abstract should be very concise, very small, should be not more than 5 to 6, and less than, I think, 300 words or 200 words, 250 words, it would be enough for the proposal as well. Okay, so it should have the 6 basic things: the contact, the background of the information of the research, just one line or two line, okay. Then we have questions, or you can say the problem statement. From the background, you know what is the problem in this particular field. Then what is the solution you give, and what method you will use, and then what is the expected uh, results and finding, and then what is the advantage or the application. Okay, for the abstract, I'll just give you one example. This is one of the my paper. It have the 6 different area which I just say. So from the starting 3 4 line, you can just say that it's give an introduction. That I will just read for you. One of the crucial advancement in the next generation 5G networks is the use of the high frequency signal, specifically those that are working on millimeter wave. Using millimeter wave will allow more bandwidth and higher user data rates and currently available network. For example, this one. So this is just give me the introduction about what is the millimeter wave. Okay. Then the next line in the blue highlighted, you can see, however, several challenges are emerging, such as fading, scattering, propagation, whenever you utilize millimeter wave frequency. So here I just highlight the problem. What is the problem? First, I will just tell about the background, then I'll tell about the problem. Then there is a solution. Optimizing propagation parameters of the millimeter wave systems are most essential for implementing the rail one. So we need to optimize the propagation parameter. This is a solution we just says. Then how I will do this one? To keep this in mind, this paper, or you can say this study, present the potential ability of high frequency. Then in the light blue color, you can just see that's the approach and methodology I just propose. That's first I discuss about the introduction, then problem, then I go for the solution, then I just tell how I will solve this problem. Then from what is the expected result, in the pink color, you can see the results and outcome directly affect the user's experience based on the fairness index, cell throughput. So these are the parameters or the expected result which will come out by on this methodology. Then we have the what is the benefit, or you can say the application or advantage. So in the last phase is the statistical results prove that this gives a sufficient greater overall performance, something like that. So the overall 6 things should be there in the abstract. So basically abstract is the main thing of your whole uh, proposal. By reading this abstract, I got to know that what you actually wanted to do. Okay, then after the abstract, After the abstract there is an introduction part. Okay, I will just go through the introduction part after this. Okay, so introduction part is just give you some background of the study. Those who are reading new things in your or you can say on new on your research area, they will have some background of the study. Okay, so it should help the reader to familiarize with the topic, not in detail obviously. It should give you the some basic information about your topic, and you need to start with the broader aspect, and then you need to concise on limited things, because you is in any topic there are so many things, but you need to concise that what where you wanna the reader where you wanna bring it, because if any field you have so many different area, you cannot just cover all the different area. You need to concise into one simple and single topic. Okay, and then you define your definition of your own topic. So it not should not be so long. In 1 page or 2 page is more than enough for the introduction. It should tell you the problem as well, means whatever whatever the introduction you just discuss, they should have some problem in that particular technique on that particular technology. You need to highlight that problem as well, and you need to highlight in such a way that it should be looks like an important and relevant for the reader as well. Okay, and do not overstate or provide overwhelming information. No need to put so many information or something like that which is irrelevant for you. Okay, and avoid using the history in your research area. Like for example, my research area is like the 5G communication I'm working, so I will not talk about the history like starting from the 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G network. No, I will just starting from maybe just a bit introduction about the 10 years before technology, and now what is the current technology and what can be you can expect from this one. Okay, so after the introduction, I will just go through the literature review. Yeah, what literature review you need to focus when you do. Okay, this section reflects the extensive review of your literature. That's mean this is very important, because when you read on some topic, you obviously read some papers, and when you find out the problem that this is the problem, so you start reading the papers, research papers which were solving those problems. So those research papers can give you the research gaps as well. Okay, so you need to mention in the literature review section those particular that you choose this topic. Okay, after choosing this topic, you see that there are people who already do working on this topic as well. So what are their limitation? The research gaps are the limitation for those research as well. So you need to know that research gap as well. Then choose those studies which are more relevant and more important. You cannot just write all the papers in your research area. You need to choose the which are the most relevant and the most important. Okay, and it should help the reader to insight the different methodology. Obviously, from the reader, he can see that you choose that particular technique, but however, there are so many other methodologies to solve that problem as well. Okay, then the things you should or you should not write in your literature. This is like you should convince the reader that this research area is significant and important, obviously, and then you convince the reader that whatever the literature is available currently, you are not satisfied with this particular solution there, because there are so many solutions, but those solutions are not enough for this particular technique. So there are still some issues, so you need to convince by using in this as well, and you need to convince that your research area, that anything you want to present, that is that can fulfill the required need of that particular area, or it will fill up the gap on the current limitation as well. And the things should not be there in the literature review is the lack of organization and structure. That's mean you need to organize. It's not like you write one paper and structure one paper, and then you give some limitation in that one, and another paper you doesn't give the limitation. So it should be organized, and the structure should be in the flow as well. The focus should be there, unity and coherence. Unity, I just say that it should look like that all are together. It's not like one topic another topic another. Okay, and you need to cite the influential papers, like you when you know that there are some researchers in your particular area, so you need to focus on those particular papers as well. Okay, and keep up the recent development. Don't just write about like the decade old research papers, because when you do when you cite or when you use read or you use read or you sorry or you use or read old paper, that's mean you are not aware about the recent development in this particular field. So you need to focus on, like for example in 2020 you can just read 2020, 2019 or 18 papers. More than that you can just go for 2017 if it is very relevant or influential paper. Okay, and then you are failing to critically evaluate the cited paper. That's mean you need to evaluate those paper which you already cite, and don't cite the irrelevant references. Okay, so there is a way that there is, you can see one figure one kind of table there, that which I follow when I write the literature review as well. This helps me a lot to summarize the research papers which I wrote. So I write the approaches, what I approaches I do, then I focus on the methodology and techniques which I just write, which I just read from that particular paper, and then I write the advantages, limitation and future work, and obviously the reference from where I got this information. So I make a summary or a table like this one. This would this help me later on also when I start writing the paper as well. Okay, then after literature review I need to write the problem statement. Problem statement is very important. Okay, problem statement is actually the main thing of your proposal, that what problem you actually identify. Okay, and what actually the researcher or you want to solve, and what questions researcher wish to answer. So basically this is the most important thing, this thing and the objective thing. I will tell you, these are the two important things. Okay, so the research problem may be defined as an area of concern. Okay, it can be it is actually the gap of the existing research and need to be investigated as well. Okay, so the good research problem should have the following characteristics. It should address the gap in the knowledge. It cannot be just any broad application. Okay, like I can just say that we have interference issue in 5G. So interference issue we have in 4G as well, in 3G as well, in 2G as well. So this is basically, it's like a big sentence. So this is not your problem statement. What actually is the problem statement? It should you tell that in particular area, when I was working on this particular environment, and because when there is so many users, then there is some interference arises. So you need to address the exact uh, exact problem as well, and exact gap of the problem. Okay, it should be significant enough to contribute the existing body of the that also this is a very right, that whatever problem you choose, when you solve this problem, so it should give some contribution into the society as well, and maybe there is a chance that it can go to the further research as well. And the problem you identify can be solved by doing some investigation, but because there are some problem which cannot be solved, so you cannot just give that problem in your problem statement as well. Okay, so you need to find out that there is an investigation or solution can be possible through some collection of data or not. Okay, and it should be interesting for the researcher if the researcher tell that what is his own skills and time and resources. Like you choose some problem but you don't have time or skills or resources to solve the one, so don't put that one as well. Okay, and it should be in the ethical form as well. It's not like you can do experiments on some people which is not ethical as well. Okay, so then we have aim is basically the broad sentence. You can just say that what you actually want to accomplish. Okay, you know the problem, but now you want to write that what my aim is. Aim is basically, you can say the title you use in your proposal is basically kind of aim as well. So what you hope to do, the overall intention of your project or your work basically is the aim. So broad statement, you what you want to accomplish, or in the one line statement on the, or you can say in the layman sentences, you can say the what I actually want to do. This is the couple of example, like the aim of this work is to determine how the channel is behave for millimeter wave frequency band for various outdoor or indoor environment. In this sentence you can just see that my aim to work this is I want to know only what is the channel behavior. I don't know on what channel, at what frequencies, but only The broader way, I want to know that what is the behavior of that particular millimeter wave frequency for the outdoor and indoor environment. Another is the aim of this work is to determine how the elastic behavior of a piece of a bungee cord varied with applied load. Okay, so it can be harder, it can be stress, but in broader way, I can just say just want to determine how the it will be the behavior of this. Okay, so this is basically the aim. So after the aim, the objective thing. This is very important. Everything around in your proposal is around with this objective as well. So basically, objective is different from aim. How the aim is actually what is your research, means what you actually wanted to do, but the objective is how you want it to do. So there is a difference. Aim is what you actually wanted to do, and objective will tell you how you will achieve your aim. So basically there are some steps you need to these are the steps actually which you need to follow in order to achieve your aim. So the objective should be specific, achievable, and measurable. Again, the same thing, you cannot just write anything which you cannot be objective. So obviously in this particular thing you need some guidance, you need people, your seniors, your supervisors, or your friend who are already in the research field. They can help you to specify or tell you that these objectives are really achievable or not. So it should reflect your problem statement as well, and avoid too many objectives. Don't put too many objectives, because if it's even the one single objective, one big objective is maybe enough. And the objective sentences should be like to determine, to compare, to verify, to calculate. That's when you these things you wanna do. Don't put unclear words like to appreciate, to understand, to believe. This is not actually you. You can say this is the non-action verb. Okay, then there is a general and specific object as well, because maybe some studies are like this. You have the general objective, then you have the sub objectives in that particular area. So you need to specify those objectives as well. Okay, so after the objectives, you need to define the hypothesis. Okay, hypothesis is defined as the tentative prediction or the explanation of the relationship between the two or more variables. That's mean by you when it's like a general thing, or it's like an idea or the tentative prediction that what you will achieve when you will achieve this, what will happen. Okay, so though it's basically the prediction of the expected outcome. Okay, because when you start the research you don't know the outcomes is it. So it's basically the prediction of your outcome. It can be different in the end of your research as well. For example, in this study, the received signal from various biosensors has been separated from unwanted interference signals with efficient resource scheduling and minimum end-to-end delay. Okay, I just say by that by using this particularly these various sensors, we can avoid the interference, for example. Now that this can help to develop a real-time patient database. So this can help to develop a database, and it is believed that it can help to improve the patient diagnostic accuracy. So three things. First, I tell what I actually doing. I am doing this by using various biosensors. We can remove the interference. This can help you to create a database which will give or advantage to those particular people. So three things what I do by using doing thing, we can achieve this thing, and this by achieving this thing we can give benefit to those particular people. So this is basically the hypothesis of your research as well. After hypothesis, there is a methodology. Methodology is quite important as well. That what how whatever you find out the problem, you know the objective, but how you will achieve your objective. So basically, research methodology tell you that how you will actually achieve your research, achieve your objective. So research methodology is a way to systematically solve the research problem. It may be understood as a science of studying how the research can be done scientifically. So how you do actually the research, this is the research method. This is also one of the important thing in any research proposal. So the research methodology explain the procedure that will be used to achieve the objective. Obviously, I just say it is necessary for the researchers to know not only the research method but also the methodology. You should know what is the research method, but also you should know that how you will achieve that method or that technique as well. it is good if the researcher knows how to develop particularly those indicators or the tests. Let's mean it is good if you know already initially in the start of your research that you know how to calculate some parameter, for example mean, median. So if you are not aware about this thing also, okay, later you will, when you start doing the research, you will get to know. But it's good when you know already the things, so it will help you to achieve your objective very easily. Okay, it is essential to discuss the procedure clearly and completely. So at the time of writing the researcher, you should at least know the procedure, what how you will do this A B C D. You should know that I will do A, B, and C. How actually you will do A, and what are the difficulties that will be arises when you start doing the research. So at the time of research proposal, you should at least know that this A, B, C, D. You should follow these steps to achieve your objective as well. So okay, so the three basic things in the research methodology you should cover basically, which is the research design, study population, or you can say sampling specification, and description of the process. So research methodology consists of three things. The first thing I just say, research design. So research design is basically the plan or the protocol which you are using, or you can say that how you what was your hypothesis, you how you will translate that hypothesis into the actual and operational form as well. So it should be appropriate achieving your objective. So it is based on your whatever your objective as well. So it is important, and the population is that when you know what are the population, that's mean so many things you need to do, but you need to know that I will focus only that particular area or that those particular experiment, only that. Okay, how study objects will be selected? You need to randomize, you need to do the target some people that I will focus only. For example, in Malaysia, you are focusing for the color imaging, that how the Malaysian people see the difference in the color. So maybe from the Pakistan people see differently, Saudi Arab people see differently. Okay, so you need to focus what population or what people you are targeting. Okay, send description of process. You should know that how the study will be progress, how the outcomes or the variables will be changed, would be, you will change. You should know the how the data will be flow, how the packets data packets will change according to the with respect to time as well. You need to understand this thing as well, and then you need to know the what test and what experiment you do, what is their significance as well. Is it really applicable or not, or maybe is there any other test or any other way that this can be useful as well. And there is steps you need to follow when you write when you do the methodology part, when you do your experiments. So you should follow some kind of flow, and you need to work on in some flow. So you need to know the flow, or you can say some steps for doing your research. So I'll give you one example. Okay, this picture you can see, this is one of the my proposal. So here you can see this proposal is based on the three different phases. So I make a diagram like this, that this is phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. For phase 1 I do this steps, then it will be transferred through by Bluetooth, for example, in the phase 2. Then phase 2 is moved to the phase 3, and what are the steps in the phase 3. So you can use either this kind of diagram, either you can use the some flow chart as well. So you need to know how the different process of your study will go on. Then we have a research plan. Research plan is basically the three things you need to know about: the outline, that how you will gonna do the research plan. Okay, then how you will collect the data, what kind of data you actually needed, and how you will analyze that data as well. And one more thing is, you like if any project which is basically multidisciplinary, for example, so you need to know that's combination of three different projects. Okay, or three different objectives. So one objective done by, for example, engineering team, another objective done by medical team, third objective done by, for example, social team, sociology, for example. So how you will combine all the objectives, what are the sub objectives, what are the results, and then how does the combination will happen after all these three different field. You need to come up with the one single project, or you can say one single proposal. Then another thing is Gantt chart. Once you write your methodology, now you need to plan that actually how you will do all your work in particular time frame as well. Because any research proposal, if you want to do for masters, for example, master you plan to do for 2 years, and for a PhD you plan to do in 3 years. So you need to define or divide your task on based on your objectives with respect to achievable objective with respect to that time as well. So you should sequence your performed task as well. You can explain in tabular form or the Gantt chart as well. You can put weeks. I can give you some example. Okay, these are the two example for the Gantt chart. You can see on the left side I put some objective. Okay, then from starting from this to this I will just focus on this one. Then from this to this I can just write about the I will do this research part. I will do the next, then I will do the design part, then I will just go for the implementation. So this is basically the example of the Gantt chart. And then there is another way to explain about your task. Like this is the example. I started, like this is targeted for 2 years. So I will finish or I will start in November 2020, for example, literature review. Then it will be the 10% of my research will be completed. Then I go for designing, then it will be 20%. So different objective, based on different objective, how your proposal or your project will be completed, you can just define in this way as well. So we use Gantt chart as well as this chart as well. This is very important because any researcher or any reader who see your research proposal, he want to know that actually what actually you how you design your study plan as well. You cannot just give 1 year only to the literature review, then just 6 months you say I will do all the experiments. Cannot. Okay, another thing is budgeting. Maybe you can say that this is not relevant to me. Maybe from software engineering or computer science you can say it's you don't need some budget, because all you need to have some software which may be available in your university. But maybe if you want some software as well. But in terms of mechanical engineering, for example, chemical engineering, and there are so many engineering which required various equipments. Okay, and the hardware and chemical equipment, for example. So they need to write the budgeting as well, because when I apply, for example, when I want to apply anywhere to under to any supervisor, I want to know that they have the facility or not, they have the budgeting as well, budgeting or not. For example, I need to do some experiment on nitrogen peroxide. So nitrogen peroxide is available or not. If it is not available, I need to set some budget as well in order to buy that chemical. So later I will do the experiment as well. So basically the budget translates project activity. Okay, the activities when you want to achieve your activities, you need some equipment, some hardware. So you need to know that how much money you will required to accomplish this task as well. Okay, then it maybe include the salary of the staff travel. Maybe it's not relevant to you, that's why I put it cut. So staff salary may be it's not salary, sorry, in order to travel. For example, your research consists of you need to go here and there as well, so, to do the experiment. So you need to write the travel expense as well. For example, your equipment servicing charges is, for example, in our field, when we design an antenna, you just create a software design, and then when you go for the hardware, you need to meet the industry or those people who design that software into the hardware. So you cannot do by yourself, so you need to pay them as well. So before when writing the proposal, you should tell your supervisor or the one you propose that I need some money regarding for implementation as well. And you need to identify and break down all the budget, and tell that how it will be financed. This is one example I'll show you in the figure. I'm not sure is it really clear to you or not, but here I describe and divided the different uh, parts or equipments I need. For example, in the first section, I just say that I need these equipment for my first year. It will be cost like this. For the second year, it will be cost like this. So then professional technical services. Then what are the sensors I need? then how much money I need to do the research as well, for maybe research activities, research charges as well. So I need to break down all the expenses in my proposal to tell about the budgeting as well. Okay, then we have the bibliographic references. References is basically the references you use in your paper. So the references style should be in the Vancouver style, means the numbering style. It should not be either in a APA format and other format that is difficult to read, I would say, but there are some patterns which people follow that reference as well. Okay, so then you need to write the references in the only the body text, not in the problem statement, not in the objectives. Okay, you can use the EndNote, Mendeley, Refer. These are the softwares you can use for the writing the bibliography, and do not include the references in the abstract, basically, because that is basically your idea. The summary of your whole work as well. So I'll just give you one couple of examples. Like here, the in the one you can just see that the some author's name. After author's name, there is a title of that particular research. After that, the where it's published, the journal with the volume number, with the page number, and with the year. And also you can write the DOI as well, which basically unique for every single paper as well. Or either you can just write that this is available at this particular website as well. So there are many ways you can write the references as well. Okay, so there are just 3 4 extra other things also, that application, the good proposal should discuss the real implementation, means whatever you do, whatever research you do, you should discuss the implementation and what are the real application of your proposed work as well. Okay, so and you should aware about the limitation and the advantages of your proposed technique as well, because your technique cannot be completely perfect, so it should have some limitations, should have some uh, drawback as well. So you need to aware about that was that limitation as well. And it's better if you just say in the proposal about your limitation as well. And you need to know about the facility, means the proposal you can also write that what facilities actually you want. For example, you need some kind of laboratory in which you want to do some kind of special experiment on some special equipment. So it's better you write that thing into the proposal as well, because when the supervisor on the see your proposal, he should know that you want to do this particular research. So you should aware about this equipment, and you need that equipment as well. Okay, and personal, there are a couple of things that the proposal should include your previous. It's better if you have already the experience in your field as well. So you should write about your experience and publication on particular topic. And if it's, for example, it's the multidisciplinary, for example, it's based on the doing by the medical team as well as engineering team. So you should tell that who are the primary investigator, who are the co-investigator, what are the qualification and experience you needed from that people. And it should also tell that what major roles do by different investigator as well. Okay, and the last thing is avoid plagiarism. Don't just copy. This is very serious. So use softwares, Unicheck, Turnitin, or something like that to avoid the plagiarism as well. Okay, so this was the last slide I discussed. So if I just summarize all the things, so you need to identify the introduction. You need, sorry, identify your objectives. Sorry, problem statement, objectives, and methodology. These are 3 main heart of the any research proposal. Okay, so this thing, I think I would just conclude my presentation. So this is my contact detail. I'm not sure you can able to read it properly. I see some comments. I believe uh, the slides are not purely visible for the some people. Okay, so maybe you guys can drop your email address here in the chat box. So I will just email the presentation slides to the people who want to see the slides as well. And this slides will be, or this presentation will be uploaded in the on the FTSM Faculty of Information Science Technology Facebook page as well, on also on the YouTube as well. So hopefully the quality over there is good. Or if anyone wanted now the presentation, just write the email. I'll just see, I'll just forward everyone about the slide as well. And we have just 5 minutes. If anyone have any questions, you can just type here as well, or in the email you can just email me as well. I'll write my email address as well here on the chat box. So people, if anyone want to contact, they can contact me as well. Let me write my email ID. Okay, I just write my email ID. I have two email ID. You can contact on either any email ID. So for the slides, or for anyone have any question or any query, if anyone interested in to write a research proposal, I would suggest them to prepare something and then discuss. Not like you just ask me, give me the proposal. So this is not the proper way. You should prepare something, you should have some idea, then you discuss. I will try to help as much as possible, and I will inform you the weaknesses as much as I have experience to answer those things. You can just email. I receive so many email ID. Okay, so I will try to send as much or try to send everyone, but maybe it will take me time, maybe not today, maybe in couple of days. I will try to email everyone the presentation. And if you have any query, any question also, you are welcome to, let me just save the email ID I just received. Okay. Okay, if it's no one have any questions for the presentation, I will explain. I will try to give inshallah everyone. Okay, thank you so much everyone from me. So try to join the next session, which will be on the 25th of September. The advertisement will be broadcast as well. So that will be on the how to write a research paper, impact factor journal as well. So I believe that would be informative as well. So I hope and that people can have some knowledge from this presentation. So thank you everyone, and I will communicate. And if anyone want to communicate, can just email me as well. I'll try to write my email address again. Okay, thank you so much. I'm signing off now. Okay, assalamu alaikum.